What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you how I achieve a full set of blue jelly nails. So right now I'm just using a cuticle pusher to push the cuticles back so I can get ready to remove the shine from the natural nail. I think I got this cuticle pusher from Amazon, so I'll leave the link in the description. Okay, so of course I'm going in with a fine sanding band to remove the natural shine from the nails, and this is a number 240 sanding band. You don't want to use anything that's more coarse than that because it will damage their nail, and you're just wanting to remove that shiny layer from the natural nail. With this step, you don't want to be too abrasive or too rough when you're filing over the natural nail. You just kind of want to lightly go over it with the sanding band. Like I said, you don't want to go in too rough with it because you will damage their natural nail, and of course we're trying to promote healthy nails under your acrylics. Alright, so now I'm just dusting them off and I'm getting ready to place the clear tips on the nails. So I did get these nail tips from Natalie's website at getnail32.com. I'm not sure if her website is still up, but you know, she is really good with keeping you guys updated on when her website is stocked or when it's down. So I would definitely go check her out. I get a lot of my nail tips from her, including my natural tips, so check her out. So with this one, since she's getting the jelly nails, you do want to do the clear tips, because if you put the jelly polish over natural tips, it won't look as see-through. So I'm going in with the clear tips, and she wanted to keep them this length. So all I'm doing is going in on the sides with a straight edge nail clipper to trim down the sides, because she does want a stiletto and coffin mix. So her index finger and her pinky finger are gonna be stiletto, and then the rest are gonna be coffin shape. Alright, so after I go in and clip the excess nail with my nail clipper, I'm going in with a 180 or 80-100 nail file, and I'm using the 80 side, so that is going to be the more coarse side, and I'm just shaping those nails up. So like I said, the pinky is going to be a stiletto, the ring finger and middle finger and thumb are coffin, and then the index finger is going to be a stiletto as well. So I'm not 100% satisfied with my shape. I feel like it could be a little bit more crisp. So I mean, I've seen a lot of people do YouTube videos on how you're supposed to position your nail file and all that, but for some reason I'm just not completely satisfied. I want it to be really, really sharp. So that is another thing that I'm trying to work on in my little nail journey. But basically what I'm doing is on each side I'm kind of bringing the nail file to a slant or like an inward angle, trying to get that tapered look for the tip, And then when I do the free edge, I do my file up and down, or what is that, vertical, and just file up and down. So like I said, I'm just trying to perfect the shape. It's not perfect to me. It looks decent, but I do feel like I can get better at the shaping part of the full set and fill and all that good stuff. So yep. So I alternate sides a lot just because I want to make sure that I'm not filing too much on one side, because if you do, one side will be crooked, or if you file too much on one side, it'll eventually make the nail crooked. So I try to do equal amounts of filing back and forth on each side of the nail. So now I'm just going over the smile line where the natural tip and where the nail tip and the natural nail meet, and I'm just blending that down so it can kind of blend into the natural nail for a smoother application. Okay, so per usual, I'm going in with my Mia Secret Nail Dehydrator as well as my Mia Secret Nail Primer. It is totally optional. You do not have to use the dehydrator. You can just use the primer, but I choose to use both. It does work for me. My clients have not complained about any lifting as far as I'm concerned. So those are the two items or products that I use for the nail prep before I put on the acrylic. Okay, so for my jelly nails, I'll do always want to use the clear acrylic. Whenever I'm doing a full set, if they don't want colored acrylic, I always use the pink Mia Secret acrylic, but I'm using the clear one just so I can make it sure that it is super clear when I put that jelly gel polish on top of it. So I stated in another video where I don't have a specific method of how I apply my beads. I don't have like a 4-ball method or a 3-ball method or a 1. I just add as I go because I pick up as little product as possible just so it'll make the application smoother for me. Just so I'm not having to have, too much product on the nail to where I can't work with it. So I just do what works for me, and you do what works for you. A lot of people do 3-ball methods, 4-ball methods. I do about 6, 10. I mean, I'm all over the place. Okay, so I am using the Mia Secret acrylic systems, and I'm using it in the color, or the powder is clear, and I'm also using the monomer. For the brush, I'm using the Alpha brush in the number 9, and it is a oval Kolinsky brush. So again, I don't have a specific method on how I apply my beads. I know that first bead I always place in the middle where the natural nail and the tip meet, and then from there I just start placing beads. I don't. Sometimes I place it above that first bead, below that first bead. But like I said, I just add as I go and kind of look at the nail from different angles to see where I need to put some more, and just do it just like that. And when applying the acrylic, I do like to wipe the sides of the nail off, because the acrylic does tend to run off to the side, and that does take away from your shape. So just to avoid a whole bunch of filing after your acrylic has been laid, you just want to wipe the sides, like the free edge, off with your nail brush, your acrylic brush. So as you can see, I just, pick up random beads and place them where I feel like they need to be placed. I do tend to look at the nail, lift it up to see if there's a place that it's missing acrylic, but I always add as needed. Okay, so since that acrylic does like to run off to the side, even with me wiping the side of the nail with my nail brush or my acrylic brush, I do like to go back in with a 80-100 nail file just to crisp that shape back up. Even with me wiping the the sides off, it does take away from the shape regardless. Okay, so now I'm using my e-file to buff, or it's not buff, but smooth the nail out as well as seal the cuticle so no moisture gets underneath that nail. For my bit, I'm using a medium bit. I should be using a fine one, but like I said, I don't know what happened to it, and the medium works. The medium one works just fine. So I'm just going in with my medium drill bit with my e-file, and I'm just smoothing the nail over the nail with it, as well as going around the cuticle to make sure that it's sealed. And it is so important to really get around that cuticle. As you can see, you want to be able to see the natural nail where the cuticle is and where the acrylic stops. That probably does not make sense, but you literally just want to file down enough where you can see the natural nail, not to where you have a super large gap in between the cuticle and the acrylic, but you do want to see a little bit of that natural nail. So it's just a matter of getting as close as you can without cutting the client's cuticle, but enough so you can get really, really close to file that excess acrylic down so you can see that natural nail. Okay, so once I go ahead and seal all the cuticles and buff, or not buff, but file over the nail with a drill bit. I'm going over the nails with a sanding block, and I'm just smoothing out any imperfections that the e-file may have left, as far as any scratches or indentations that was left by the nail drill. So I'm just going over each nail with it and smoothing it out just to make sure that there isn't any scratches or dents or anything like that. And I also go underneath the nail as well with the buffing block just to get any excess nail, I don't know what you want to call it, but when you file the nail, it leaves like a piece of the, it's hard to explain, but I'm filing under the nail to get rid of that excess nail debris. So this step I learned from Get Nail 32, which is Natalie's YouTube page, and it's just to go in with the alcohol wipe instead of having the client go in and wash their hands. Okay, so now that the nails are ready for polish, I did go over that index finger with just a clear gel top coat. That finger is gonna have the crystal Pixies on it, so we just wanted a clear base. As far as the rest of the nails, I am using McCart's jelly gel polish, and I'm using the color, I believe it's crystal dark blue. So of course this is gonna be a see-through translucent polish, and that's the reason why I use the clear tips as well as the clear acrylic, so you can get that see-through jelly look that she was going for. And the jelly gel polish is thicker than regular gel polish, so just be cautious of that when you're picking it up out of the bottle. You don't want a big glob, but I'm doing one coat and then I'm gonna come back and do two coats. It looks fine how it is, but she wanted it to be a little bit darker, so I did go ahead and do two coats for both hands. So I'm using my cleanup brush just to get any excess gel polish that may have gotten on her skin. You know, once you put that under the UV light, it is very hard to come off, so I try to go around and look and see and make sure that there isn't any excess polish that has gotten on her skin. And if it is, I just take my cleanup brush, I stick it or dip it in some acetone and dab it on the paper towel and just go around her cuticle and on the side walls to get the excess polish off of her skin. And here I'm just wiping off the sides and the free edge of the nail just to get any gel polish that may have slid over or seeped over to the side that will cause your nails to lose their shape as well, because once that gel polish dries, it dries into shape. So you want to just kind of wipe off the sides just to get any excess gel off of the sides of the nail and also the free edge. Alright, so going in with the second coat of this pretty blue jelly gel polish by McCart, and this is giving it a little bit more of a darker hue to it. So this is going to be the second coat, and I'm going to leave it at that. If you of course wanted it to be darker than what this is, you can go for a third coat. I personally haven't seen it done, or I haven't done 3 coats. I've only went up to 3 coats of any jelly gel polish that I've used, but this is how it looks, and it was really pretty. And I do cure each coat for 30 seconds. I forgot to mention that earlier, but same thing as any gel polish. I do cure each coat for 30 seconds. Okay, so like I mentioned, for the index finger, we're gonna go ahead and put some crystal pixies on. So you see right here, I'm using a flat gel resin, and this is not the Mia Secret gel resin that I usually use. This is more so a jelly type of consistency. It's more like hard gel but not hard gel, if that makes sense. But I got this off of Oh Snap Beauty Supply, and they use this to stick their rhinestones on, and according to them, it does make the rhinestones last longer. So now I'm going in and I'm adding a few of the rhinestones before I put on the crystal pixies, just to give it a more shiny look, I guess you can say. Alright, so I just grabbed this little triangular plastic dish, and I just literally grabbed that bottle and dumped the crystal pixies on her nail while that gel resin is still wet. And I just have her turn her nails from side to side just so I can make sure that I get a full coverage of the crystal pixies. And now I'm literally just patting them into place. You want to press in so they can kind of sink into that gel, so they can, they can stick better without most of them falling off. And you just want to kind of pat them into place. So I'm patting them, getting rid of all the loose crystals, and just making sure that they're all secure. And since that is gel, you do want to cure that for 60 seconds. So the same thing for this hand, just going in with the flat gel resin that I got from Oh Snap Beauty Supply. I'm using just a regular nail art brush, like a flat brush, and just applying that over the whole nail as if I was polishing the nail. So I'm just adding that gel resin over the full nail, and then I go in with the rhinestones, and then I come back over it and pour the crystal pixies on top of that. So I'll leave the link to the crystal pixies in the description to where I got them from. Like I said, I got her from Daily Charm. I did pay $28 plus tax for this very small bottle that you see here in this video, and I can honestly say that it's not worth it. I didn't know that it was going to be that small. I didn't pay attention to how many ounces or milliliters or whatever grams. I didn't pay attention to that when I was ordering, but I definitely would not order it again unless they were having a sale, just because it's so small. I think I've used this maybe 3 times with my clients, and it's almost all the way gone. So I'll still leave the link in the description, but honestly, I'm pretty sure I could find something that has more products for cheaper value. So for her pinky nails, she wanted them to be matte. So I'm going over the pinkies with a gel matte top coat, and this is by Elite 99. So most matte top coats do require you to wipe it off with the alcohol wipe just to get rid of that sticky inhibition layer that's left after you cure it. So I just went in with the alcohol wipe to wipe off that sticky layer. Now I'm just putting some rhinestones around the cuticle area of the pinkies, and I'm using my wax pencil, and I'm using just some AB crystals to put around her cuticle on the pinky. So for her ring finger, I did put that same flat gel resin in the kind of like the middle, more so towards the bottom of her nail, and I'm adding like a pretty nice size rhinestone. That rhinestone shape kind of looks like an eye to me, but whatever. I don't know the specific shape of the rhinestone that I'm using for the middle piece, but I am going in with these small little gold balls to kind of wrap around or go around the bigger rhinestone. And y'all, I had so much difficulty picking these little small balls up. They are so hard to work with. I don't know if I show it in the video. I probably do, but there was a time where I went to her other hand without curing this hand, because of course you have to cure this under the UV lamp, or it'll, you know, it's gel, it's kind of like polish. But anyways, the stuff slid to the side of the nail. It was horrible. I had to reposition everything. So I might have kept that clip in this video just to show you that I mess up too. I'm still practicing, I'm still learning, and I have to go back sometimes and correct my mistakes. So for the middle finger, I'm applying that same flat gel resin gel around the cuticle, and I'm putting some rhinestones around this cuticle as well as the pinky. I think I'm doing a little bit extra though. I'm probably adding some to the sides, and then I'm going to put one probably above that larger piece that's in the middle. So we decided to leave the thumbs plain, so I'm just going over it with a gel top coat, and I'm going to apply that to all the fingers since they are all done curing with the rhinestones. So I'm just going back over the nails with a gel top coat and curing that for 60 seconds. Oh, here is where it messed up. So I'm going to zoom in on this because I literally was really shocked, or I was surprised, I was confused, like why did these balls slide? Like, I don't know if you can see it here, let me get closer. So they all literally slid down in a single file line. It was so weird. So I just basically am going in and just repositioning the little gold balls that decided to slide while I was working on the other hand. So again, I'm just going back over the nails with my gel top coat. I finally found a different gel top coat that's a little bit thicker, so it didn't slide over or seep over to the skin like my last one did. And I got this gel top coat like maybe 4 months ago, and I finally received it from Born Pretty, but that was to be expected with that website. They never have fast shipping. Okay, so I do cure both hands for the 60 seconds to dry that top coat, and now I'm just going in with a cuticle oil just to get those cuticles, lotion them up real good or oil them up real good. Then I'm going back over the nails with the alcohol wipe to get that oil off the nail polish, more specifically for the matte nail, because it, of course, that makes it look shiny again, but this is also for my picture so it doesn't look oily on the nail on my picture. So here is the final look, you guys. These are bomb. They look like little Jolly Rancher candies with bling on them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed doing this set. It came out really cute. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time.